Alright, beginner bassists. Our next piece is going to be Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones. Now, I've attached on EDSBY, you can find a PDF of 2 pages from a beginner bass book from Blitzkrieg Bop. You will remember from tablature that, of course, there's 4 lines running across it, and the lowest line represents the lowest E string, and the highest line represents the higher G string. And each of the numbers represents a fret. Now, this song is it is the beginning of punk, and as such, it's a fairly straightforward rhythm. There's not a lot complicated about it, but it's a great one to start with the bass. If you haven't heard it before, go check it out a couple times, listen to it 2 or 3 times, and you'll either recognize it right away or you'll be able to pick up on it pretty quick. So the song's rhythm has this driving 8th note force of like, it's not like other songs where you play one note, or something. This has this. I'm using a pick because I found that it picks up better. You can hear it better on the recording, but if you want, you can use a finger like this. Or you can use a pick, or you can use your thumb. But you have to be able to make that 8th note of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's the first thing to practice. When you think you've got that down, we can take a look at the music. And there's really 3 sections to this song. There's an introduction, which is actually identical in a lot of ways to the chorus, and then there are they're calling them verses, but it's on the 2nd page there. It's slightly different, but the main thing you'll hear in this song is this: a bar of A with 8 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A, of course, on the E string is on the 5th fret. E is open. F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Right below A is D, and up 2 to the 7th fret on that A string is E. So I have 3, there's only going to be 4 notes we're going to play, but the 3 main ones are A, D, E. And I'm just using one finger for that, sorry. A, D, E. I get 8 A notes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I go down to the D string and I hit 1. I kind of skip the end and I go D, E. So I have to be able to use 2 fingers there. I don't care if you use this one and this one and that one, this one, and your pinky. But you don't just slide up with your finger. Use a separate finger. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and, but when I get to that E, I'm going to hit 4. A, D, D, E, 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 A, D, D, E, 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 E. That is the intro. It does that a total of 8 times. If you look at the music, you'll see it does it 4 times, and then it goes back to, it repeats. Sorry, on the 4th time it does change. And then so after 3 times, so forget what I said about 8 times in total. It does it 3 times, and then it goes A, D, D, A, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So after 3 of these, it does this. A, D, 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 A. And if you're looking at the music, that's on the 2nd line of music, and it's the last 2 bars where it says A, D, A. Message me if that doesn't make sense. If any of this doesn't make sense, message me and I will talk you through it. Okay, so that would be for the intro. The choruses themselves, with the forming in a straight line, are very similar, very simple to the what we've just played. And if I were singing along, they're forming in a straight line, do a tight wind. The kids are losing their minds. The Blitzkrieg Bop. You hear on the Blitzkrieg Bop part is where it goes A, then D, back to A. So that takes care of all of the verses, or the Blitzkrieg Bop parts. The only other thing really in this song is on page 2, where you start to see numbers again for notes under Hey Ho Let's Go. You'll see it changes and it goes, there is a B note coming up, and that's on the 2nd fret of the A string. And you'll see where that comes in a second, but I'll play it slow. We start off with the D. Hey ho, let's go. Back to A. Shoot 'em in the back now. That same D, A pattern. What they want. Here's the B coming up. So I'm on the 2nd line of the music with numbers, 4th line in total on the 2nd page. What they want, I don't know. Then I go back to the B. They're all revved up, and D, ready to go. And then we go back to the start. So I'm not going to play the whole song through. What I want you to do is to listen to the song and try and play along. It's faster than you're going to want it to be in the beginning. Don't get caught up in anything except for making the chord change, or the note changes at the right time. Whether or not you're doing 1, 1, 2, or anything like that, you can play this song and it will sound awesome if you're just going eighth notes the whole way through. That is the main riff, and then of course the verse. And it's just gone back into it again. So it's the kind of song, you listen to it a few times, you're going to get that rhythm into your brain. You can play it with a pick, you can play it with 1 finger, you can play it with 2 fingers, you can play it with your thumb. I don't care what you're doing. I would like you to figure out this one on the bass. Incidentally, just for interest's sake, this is called an Epiphone viola bass. It's different than a lot of basses in that it has a slightly shorter neck. It would have been a bass that was popularized by a guy named Paul McCartney of the Beatles. So if you're using a guitar for this, of course, the top 4 strings are the exact same as the top 4 strings on your guitar. So you would start on the 5th fret, same as this, and you would go 5, 5, 7. Message me if you have any questions, and I will get back to you, and we will figure it out. All right, thanks very much.